Hi, how are you? I'm Javier Mota, and today I'm driving the new Alfa Romeo Giulia, and actually I'm gonna do something different today. We're gonna call one of the Alfa Romeo experts to talk about the car. So during these times of isolation and all that, that's the best way to do it. Hello?
Hi, Javier.
How are you, Richard? Well, I have the volume way up here.
No worries.
Yeah, I got it. So I was explaining in my little intro, we are in these weird times in which we cannot see each other in person, but through technology, and especially through the technology in the Alfa Romeo Giulia, we can do a lot of stuff. So in regular times, we will be in a presentation in some beautiful place. I came to one of the beautiful places here in Miami, Coral Gables, to do this little drive and talk to you about the car. So that's my idea for a replacement for an Alfa Romeo event.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I mean, Miami's one of our top 3 markets in the U.S. It's a city that's all about fun. It's all about style. It makes sense that you'd be driving an Alfa around there.
I think you guys introduced the enhancements, especially to the interior of the Alfa in the Chicago Auto Show, right? Like, which was the last auto show that we had, and probably the last one that we're gonna have for a while.
Yeah, we had the cars in LA, I think, before that, but yeah, towards the end of last year, we revealed the 2020 model year.
Most of the improvements have been done in the interior, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for 2020 model year, I mean, we had a proven performance formula that's worked for us since we launched the Giulia back in 2016. So best in class performance, you've got great handling, you've got Italian design, all the things that make an Alfa an Alfa. But we listened to customers, we listened to journalists, and looked at a couple ways that we can improve the car, especially from a day-to-day driving perspective. So the interior is revised, new steering wheels, new center console, new shifter, new standard 8.8-inch touchscreen, as well as improvements to technology. So we have, for the first time, available level 2 autonomous driving capability that's in the car that you have there. So yeah, it really tried to look at the full suite of how the driver interacts with their car on a day-to-day basis and focus on improving that while keeping that proven formula of performance and style intact.
Let's do a little demonstration of the assistant driving technology. So basically here, I will just press like on a regular cruise control system. I will just press button to start the system and set the speed, and that's it.
Yep. So there's 2 levels. One's traffic jam assist. That's anything below 37 miles per hour on a street with marked lane lines. And then there's highway assist that's available on a level 1 highway at speeds at highway speeds.
I'm gonna park here because I think I want to try to pay more attention to your explanation, even though I was enjoying the scenery here through Coral Gables. I'll do that in the video on my way back home. Basically today, the first day, they opened a park near my house, one of my favorite parks. So I'm parked here at the park, and I'm gonna come back later to visit the park. So let's go again and start telling me a little bit more of the details of the enhancement on the new Giulia, please.
Yeah, so we kind of went through the interior and infotainment enhancements, and then of course the advanced driver assist technology that's available in the car for 20 model year, which is level 2 autonomous capable on the freeway, and really just focused on improving that day-to-day drivability of the car and making it a more comfortable and more connected vehicle for your daily commute. As always, Alfa, we're focused on design and style and standing out. The car that you have is one of our new exterior colors, anodized blue. So we had the Monte Carlo blue that was a bit darker, and then a Misano blue that's a very bright, brilliant blue, and this anodized is kind of right in the middle. So your TI Sport Carbon is a very unique car here in the US right now with that new for 20 model year color.
Can you remind me how many variants are of the Giulia now? Because obviously you still have the Quadrifoglio on top of the model lineup, right?
Yep. So in the case of the Giulia, you have the base model as well as the Sport, and then a TI Lusso, a TI Sport, the TI Sport Carbon that you're driving, and then the 505 horsepower Halo model, the Quadrifoglio.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to go drive that one when it came out first. I think was it the Sonoma Raceway maybe in Napa Valley?
Yeah, yep.
That was a blast.
Yeah, that was a while back. It was a great event.
And you know what, the thing that I remember the most of that event is one of the rare occasions that it rained around there.
Yep.
And usually when that happens on a racetrack, all the staff and the engineers and the driving instructors tell us like, well, we're gonna close the track.
Oh, absolutely.
Because probably they don't trust us much and they probably trust the car. But in this case, they thought, oh, go ahead, please, be our guest. And we drove in the car, and the car is amazing. I mean, the all-wheel drive system and all the engineering that goes into it. So talk a little bit about that. What has improved even more from then?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the great thing about these cars, and actually it's true of the Giulia and the Stelvio, is that both of the vehicles are built from the top down. So we didn't take a series production car and then add, you know, a bigger motor and better suspension and bigger brakes. We built the Quadrifoglio first. So the Giulia Quadrifoglio was the first Giulia that ever was. And it's a car that's absolutely focused on ultimate performance. So a 2.9 liter twin turbo V6 with 505 horsepower. You got a carbon fiber drive shaft, torque vectoring rear differential. That was a car that was designed to set the record at the Nürburgring. And we took a lot of the content from that car and the platform of that car and cascaded it down into more affordable models like the TI Sport that you're driving, as well as the Giulia, the base Giulia itself. And that same structure, that same platform, the Giorgio platform, underpins the Stelvio as well. So everything that makes that 505 horsepower Giulia Quadrifoglio that you drove at Sonoma great, all of those bits really lend themselves to our SUV as well. You know, the steering rack, the suspension, all of that great visceral driving experience that, for me, you can feel it in the Giulia, but you can feel it in the Stelvio as well.
Yeah, definitely. And this car, even though it's not the most powerful one, the one that I'm driving today, still, and we're not in a racetrack, obviously, but it feels really solid when you're driving on the highway. It very comfortable too. I love the feeling of the actual steering wheel. It will tells you by the touch. But this is a sports car. I mean, like also the way the start stop engine button is on the actual steering wheel. A lot of takeouts from real sports cars, right?
Yeah, for us, the high performance comes standard, so that the Quadrifolios, both cases, the Stelvio and the Giulia, are best in class 0 to 60, and then that extends to the 2-liter models as well. So best in class horsepower, torque, 0 to 60, and top speed in all of our vehicles. So
as you mentioned, this is the TI Sport carbon package. A lot of carbon fiber details here in the cabin. Is there carbon fiber also in the hood or in the roof or anything else?
Mm-hmm. Actually, all of our vehicles have a standard carbon fiber drive shaft, which is kind of wild when you think about it to put that in our series production car, but it kind of speaks to our focus on ultimate performance, balance, and just that visceral connection between the driver and machine.
I think I talked to you at the Chicago Auto Show at all the PR team up there, and we had plans to go to the Mille Miglia this year with you guys. Obviously, that's not gonna happen this year, but maybe very soon, maybe next year. I mean, it's already canceled, I think, for this year.
Hopefully, it's an amazing event. I mean, you know, I grew up here in Detroit, right along Woodward. So I grew up in a pretty big car town. You want to talk about car people, the Italians really do it to a whole different level. And the Mille Miglia, I think, is probably the pinnacle of those events. It'd be a great event to go to. I'd love to do it myself.
This year is also the 110th anniversary of the brand, right? So they were planning a big celebration. So they're gonna make it like the 111th anniversary, but even bigger celebrations, I guess, next year when everything comes back to the new normal, as they are calling it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's June 24th this summer. No matter what happens, you'll see us celebrating for sure. We'll see how the plan shakes out.
Yeah, we'll do a digital celebration, I think, because
yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely something worth celebrating. Over a century of history, there's not too many automakers that can claim that. So we're excited to celebrate, whether we've got to do it digitally or not. You know, it's my sister's birthday actually today. I got to go over and bring her a cake and a present. So we're just like everybody. We're making do with what we've got.
Exactly. We did. I saw a few of drive-through birthday celebrations yesterday, so that's pretty cool.
That's not a bad idea for Alfa.
Thank you for your time, and I'm gonna keep enjoying the Giulia here in Miami, and hopefully I'll see you soon somewhere in a real event with Alfa Romeo. Okay?
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Thank you very much again. Bye.
Take care. Ciao.